Hello everybody, I'm Count Christo and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, the Special Forces Only campaign. We have been doing some horrible things to the Soviet Union, and this trend is not likely to reverse anytime soon, as Soviet command said to Hitler at about this time in actual history, shortly before it reversed. That was a bit later, wasn't it? When was the... I realise I should know this. When was the German declaration on the Soviet Union? Why, more importantly, why are these Soviet troops standing still in my division? Ah, it's just my units standing still, making it look like it. Okay, fair enough. When was the Soviet declaration? I know this will... You all know this, I know. And I'm a dumb man for not knowing it. I know. But I don't know. Dates! I'm just so bad at remembering dates. Well, for some things. I'm not too bad at years, strangely enough. I think it's because they're kind of... I don't know, they roll off the tongue better. You know, 1444, for example. That most famous date in all of history. The date when history began. It's very easy to remember. I don't know. I'm just blabbering, really, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. That's, we don't need that extra. Well, we'll let the pocket close, and by pocket close, you know, we'll throw thousands of men into bloody conflict with thousands of other young men in order to secure the complete annihilation of the Soviet task force. But yeah, let it close, and we'll reorganize the front. What I think we want to do is a big push up along this river, using this river as like a rear guard, basically. Then we'll crush along here. And we need to get up here and make sure to capture along the edge of Lithuania. Of course, by Lithuania, I mean Latvia. And go along the edge of Latvia so that they don't get any occupations. The Soviets have finally pushed them out. Nice. I thought last time I looked at it, just at the end of that episode, when I glanced at it as I was doing the outro, it looked like the Allies were making gains, but that appears to no longer be the case. I'm very happy to hear it. Just give me all the naval bombers in the universe, please. Thank you. Also, let's upgrade the naval bombers. Am I making the right ones? Yeah, those are the ones you fly off carriers. Fair enough. Oh, yeah, just reliability. Their range is pretty good anyway, right? If we up it a bit, we'll see. Yeah, it's 2,000 kilometer range. Come on, that's plenty good. So give me that attack. We'll kill their. Well, you know, we can kill their fighters with our fighters, so it's not a big deal about actually getting agility on them. At least I don't think it is. And close the pocket. Marvellous. We are having some, well, we were having some supply issues. Looks like they've come under control. Maybe we should just be pushing all across the line at this point. Maybe they're imploding enough for that. What I could do is slow it down and then do a full frontal assault with lots of little localized pockets. Did they really push us back? I'm amazed. Huh. Well, push them back across the road. It's probably just as people getting organised. In fairness, though, I do have very few men guarding the south. Why don't we... here, Southern Tank Detachment. Why don't you just stand in for the infantry and do a little bit of defending in the south? That seems fine. Okay. Oh, Communist China has capitulated. There goes the last holdouts in Asia have fallen to the Greater East Asian Prosperity Sphere. They are now probably angling up for war with the Allies, I have to imagine. Which side did they go? Lisbon Conference. Right. So they do still get strike south. And then secure the Philippines. So we'll see what they do in terms of going toward the Allies. It'll be interesting. Bulgaria is in a faction. Did I know this? I feel like I knew this. Why aren't we at war with Bulgaria? Am I just a dumb man? Is that why? I think that's why, you know. Alright, you tanks, new plan. We're going to kill Bulgaria. They're in a faction, so they can't join a faction. They're not aligned, though, so maybe if we justify on them, the Allies will guarantee them. But it's a 10-day justification, so we won't be able to get to war with them before they get a chance. I will need... Sure, let's use the paratroopers as fodder, just to guard the coasts. Sorry, the coasts. The borders, what I mean to say. And then, how goes the Kriegsmarine, by the way? Hey, we got 8 battleships. It's not bad. If only we could train them. If only we were in Man the Guns. Get them up to a little bit fewer more levels. Are there any city terrain? There is city terrain in Sofia. This is definitely a mountain tile. So we will want the shock troops ready to take Sofia. And then we'll need a couple of mountaineers to be pinched off the front line. Come and get ready to help down here. You can just go into a separate army for a second. And then I'll get you sorted out once the war with Bulgaria is finished. Alright, men. Assemble to your places on the Bulgarian front while I continue rampaging through the Soviet Union. So, you... Marines. We only have one army of Marines, I believe. Yes. So, Marines, delete all orders. Just evenly spread along the front. Because there's rivers everywhere, and we can also do with them just being defensive all the way along the front. Now, Jaeger, singular, or rather, not singular. All of the Jaeger. Let's get you guys reorganized. So first off, Rommel, you've got a trait available. It's the freaking guerrilla fighter. I wish there was a... I'm going to suggest that. That's a really good idea. Thank you. Thank you, self. You're welcome. You should be able to ignore, set traits to be ignored, and then it wouldn't show you can add trait. Oh, is that functionality already in the game? I think it looks like that functionality is already in the game, because we can see it. We click on it. Oh, there actually isn't one for him to be added, right? So that's just a bug. How about you, Manstein? So we look at it, we see there are some to be added, and then we close it, and it doesn't show up again. Is that right? Okay. Never mind. My idea is already implemented. Go Paradox. Alright, down from here. We'll push up. This way. Good. And then, last guy, Manstein. You can just guard the south for me. In a bit of a passive way. Seems good. We push back across the river, as they want to do. Stop that. Bulgaria must be feeling a little concerned. Allied research support. As in allies, or as in from the Allied? I don't know. The licensing Soviet equipment causes barely acquired, as far as I'm concerned. Alright, modern Blitzkrieg or Desperate Defense? Well, we have the manpower, so let's make our tanks even better. Seems good. The techs haven't changed, have they? Like the doctrine techs, these are all the same. Yeah, they're the same. Cool. Okay, moving on north with the Jaegers. Let's do this thing. With the air superiority, it's gonna be a bit of a cakewalk. If I'm being real with you, we could even do a full frontal assault. But that would just cause me to split my attention in a way that's not necessary, I think. We're not in a tearing hurry. You know, the allies are getting stronger, but do I look worried? I don't look worried. You can't see me because I don't use face cam. But I assure you, I don't look worried. We're having some vanilla HOI4 music today, by the way. This recording session, which is very rare if you've been following the channel. For a while, you will know that I almost never play HOI4 vanilla music. But hey, absence. Why didn't you guys join that defensive fight? Absence makes the heart grow fonder, as they are wont to say. So it's nice. It's nice. It's nostalgic almost to have the old vanilla tunes playing. I think we'll use this one exclusively for this little breakthrough. Then the others can just guard the rear. To have all 24 rampaging through here seems good. Alright, where am I? I thought they were here. Did I already assign them to the front? Where are my shock troopers is what I'm trying to get at here. You see, I know you're somewhere. Ah, they went down there, right. It's fine. We'll use the southern shock troopers for taking Vitebsk. Or however you say that. Vitebsk. People marvel at my ability to add letters and sounds and syllables to words. It just comes naturally, really. What can I say? Alright. Don't get guaranteed by the Allies, please. Hopefully they don't have the political power to do it. They have thrown out a couple of guarantees this campaign. And in case you're not familiar, every guarantee you send makes the next one more expensive to send. So hopefully they won't be able to send another one in time. But if they do, that's okay. We'll just go toward Bulgaria at the same time we go to war with Hungary, when we go toward the Allies. Hungary, by the way, is going to be the thing that triggers the World War. The fact that the Allies are backing Hungary. And if I was the Allies, I really wouldn't back Hungary at this point. Privatize the Reichsbahn. What is the Reichsbahn? Like the Reichsautobahn, I guess? So what would Reichsautobahn be? The Empire's car roads? I don't know. Yeah, I'll take the extra civs, sure. Okay, keep ploughing in here. Shouldn't be a problem. Heading towards Minsk. All these guys flooding in to fill the front. Just doing it a bit slowly for my liking, but that's okay. Smolensk also within shock troop range. Go for it. No, not there. There, thank you. He should be able to punch through a single infantry unit as long as it... Especially if it moves. Remember, do not take any Latvian provinces. No taking the Latvian provinces. Gotta try and be careful about that. So how much damage are our cast actually doing in these fights? Let's take a look. It's just a classic fight. Although forest does reduce air cover. Anyway, 10% though. Still no planes in this one? Excuse me? Ah, right. That's actually Poland. Fair enough. Let's get... Hum-ba-dum-ba-dum. You guys can go over Poland. There's the justification. And is there a guarantee? There's not. Hello, Bulgaria. Welcome to your doom. First two are hills and forests, so we can just rampage through here with the tanks. Why did I put the mountaineers over here rather than right here next to the capital? Good question, dear viewer. I do not know. I have nothing to say in my own defense. I can only humbly beg your forgiveness. You guys come over here. Nice. Excellent. Rampaging through. It's funny coming back to a late game HOI after you've been away from it for a while, where everything's just a bit of a pushover. You just kind of right click and your troops destroy them. See the day-night cycle. It's very pretty. I like all of the day-night, you know, obviously the day-night graphics that it adds. They're very cool, but unfortunately, they're just a little bit too stroby. Wow, that much trouble? Oh, only two of them are actually in place. Fair enough. I was gonna say, well, one of you can go here, and if they're not guarding the capital, then it's all over already. Paratroopers, keep manning the whole front, if you would. And if you wouldn't, then I have a blocking division that would have something to say to you. Okay, things going okay here. Still a little bit overextended, perhaps. Are they trying to retreat yet? Not with anything like sufficient speed, so that's fine. Good. Well, pocket more or less established. So let's start crushing in from the south and shortening this front. Always a big fan of shortening a good front. Shock troopers. Minsk must be mine. Glorious. Okay. Next push. Excuse me. Sorry, still got a bit of a sneeze. As always. Another airbase falls into the Reich's hands. Glorious. Glorious indeed. So, next push. Gotta be Leningrad, I think. Just straight north. There's no one stopping us, so if they can't stop us, I won't stop, basically. It's the long and the short of it. Concentrate the Jaeger in the places where I want them, and then we're just basically going to rush straight up here. And take Leningrad from behind. Cut off their supply lines. It won't be as long a siege as historically, naturally. Did you know, fun fact, that I think is true, that the siege of Leningrad is the siege with the highest casualties in history? I find that amazing, personally. I suppose it might be debatable. Like, maybe there's a siege during the Mongol conquest of China that had more casualties, but it's much harder to, of course, authenticate like the exact numbers on the casualties. Winter clothing. Good timing. It's November, and we're in not Siberia. Russia. Yeah, I think torpedo bomber agility. It does say -5%, but it's green. So maybe... No, it's a drop tank, so it should lower your agility and max speed. So no, we're not going to do that, actually. We don't need huge range on our fighters. Armor defense and breakthrough. Could be good. Armored skirts. Max speed for a 40-day research. Yeah, give it to me. Absolutely. Print it. Alright, kind there. Beautiful. Alright, well, we don't need to wait for the pocket to be closed before we start establishing the next one. Head on north. Although, give me some bridgeheads, please, Marines. Hop to it. Chaps. Let's get her done. And again, by done, I mean tens of thousands of young men butchered in the name of expansionism and all that good stuff. Sometimes, by the way, when you get late game tech on your Marines, if you have enough Marines in a division, you can get a bonus from crossing a river. We saw that in the island campaign. It was really funny. It's just so ridiculous that you can actually get a river crossing bonus. You don't understand, Chriso. The troops are just really, really good at crossing rivers. I guess, actually, it kind of makes sense. Like, if you were the best people at crossing a river in history, then maybe you could cross a river in such a way that, you know, your enemy wouldn't expect it. And so they wouldn't have preparations ready and defenses ready. And then you'd be able to actually play it to your advantage. Maybe that's why. Or maybe it's just an oversight. That's also very possible. I did once report it as a bug. I don't know if it was... I don't know if it went down as a confirmed known bug, but I have done my due diligence and reported that particular little quirk. Don't attack into the Latvian territory under any circumstances. Well, no, under some circumstances, but only once we've cut them off. Come on, Soviets! The freaking Allies are going to liberate it all now. It's fine, as long as we get there before the Soviets do. Hey, the Leopard. Beautiful thing. Or we could go straight to the Cougar. It'd take too long, though. I would like... we are going to spend our 50% discount on this. Oh, no, maybe we aren't. Base cost 50 days. No, we're not. Cool. I think we'd like some self-propelled light tanks as well. Here we go. The Leopard. We don't have much army experience because the Soviets haven't been putting up enough of a fight. So we can't really get the reliability we'd like, but that's okay, I think. Decommission the old one. Boom. And I did not double click, so whoever said it was because you're double clicking that opens a new one, you are wrong, sir. Incorrect. So I definitely didn't double click. Very strange how it does that sometimes. Okay, let's thin the Jaeger line. I really want to get these pushes going. I should maybe give my men a moment to organize. It's not like we're pushing through before the Soviet reinforcements arrive. The Soviets don't have reinforcements. Although, to be fair, you know, we're stretched almost as thin as they are. The thing is, each of our divisions is worth a lot more than theirs. Well, actually, not that much more. They're not on that low equipment. I guess because we haven't been doing, like, a grinding assault. We've just been encircling them. They haven't really been losing as many men as they would otherwise. What is this? Should be like that. There we go. Okay. We are... Oh my good God. Naturally. Because we are no longer converting these, we are suddenly using all the oil in the world. So I would like you to convert from the old Panzers, because I have no interest, really, in actually increasing my number of fielded tanks. I guess we could go to 40 wits? If we wanted? Yeah. I suppose there's no particularly good reason not to. We could go 40 wits with some self-propelled in them. That seems good. This is Panzer 40. It has a new symbol. Sure, bullet. Breakthrough unit is what I usually use that one for. I know. I'm so quirky, using a picture of a bullet breaking through something as a breakthrough unit. But I'm just informing you, alright? France, none of you are ever going to be allowed military access. Stop asking. Oh. Soviet... What? Japan declared war on the Soviet Union. Interesting. Even though they were going down the way that lets them get a non-aggression pact with the Soviet Union. Interesting. Okay, well... I guess we're going to divide the Soviets between us. Old Japan, old bud. That's fine. They're going to make it so much easier to capitulate the Soviets by taking Vladivostok. And where's the other one? Irkutsk, hopefully. Those 2 victory points often make it... The fact that they haven't fallen, that is, make it so much harder to capitulate the Soviets in lots of my games. So that is fantastic news. Fantastic news indeed. Continue the push north. Marvellous. And yeah, the Jaegers just come round. Beautiful. Well, with that quite cool revelation that we now have the Allies, the Greater Eastern Asian Prosperity Sphere, and the Axis at war with the Comintern and Greater Bulgaria. Right, Bulgaria. I completely forgot about you. Sorry. Let's just capitulate Bulgaria, shall we? Because I may forget again. Is that enough? It's not quite enough. We might be able to get enough just by taking some of these mountainous provinces around here. We'll see. If not, I do have this marine to go take their new capital. So many people being called in. Was that anything I should be concerned about just happening? No, it's just Japan calling all their allies. They're allies? Vassals. They're like me. They don't like having allies. They just have vassals. And I know the term's protectorate, but it's close enough. Take the hit. Good lord. It's a little bit confusing trying to select the right unit. At least it's not as bad as HOI4. Good lord. Clicking through those huge stacks, just going click, 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 until you got to the right unit. Oh my god. That was one of the worst things about that game. The unit control was just so unintuitive and slow and boring. Well, it wasn't boring. In fairness, it was engaging, but clicking through unit stacks to find the one you wanted, the system where it stacks them is so much better. Yes, the system where it stacks them is better than unit stacking, but you see what I mean, or maybe you don't because you haven't played HOI3. But if you'd played HOI3, I assure you, you'd be on the floor. You'd just be in stitches. Is there a river there? There is a river there. This guy will do a bridgehead for us then. By bridgehead, of course, I mean beachhead. Okay. Keep the push rolling. We want to pocket all the Soviet divisions in Latvia, and then we can just let the Allies kill them. Germany helping with Latvian independence. Deja vu, anyone? Okay. Is Marine in place? Not quite. He's an experienced Marine division, so he shouldn't have any problem. Look at this. The Soviets can't even fill the front. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, Soviets, my man. Well, in that case, I guess we begin crossing the river, establishing some bridgeheads, and preparing for the full frontal assault. Maybe we can do a full frontal assault before we even take Moscow. I think that'll be that would be fine. Because they've got so few men. How many fielded divisions do you have? Oh, of course, it's because they only have up to 86 fielded divisions. 86! The Soviet Union has 86 divisions, and they're trying to man this whole front, and this front, and this front. No wonder they're imploding. Oh god, they've got no men on my front. This is not good for you, Soviets. Not good at all. Well, not one to not take advantage of an enemy's moment of weakness. Press them. Press them to the very Urals. Good. No, it's going to a whole other faction to pester me about pacts and things. I would like more battleships, probably. Give me another line of battleships going, please. We should probably do some naval technology as well. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, you know what? Oh, did they remove the buttons where you can just click these to the top? Or have I turned them off somehow? That seems like a bad idea. You should be able to still shift-click on this screen even though you can also drag. Actually, I think I remember someone suggesting that to me a while ago. I should, I'll write that down after this episode. That's quite a bad change, I think. It would be much easier if you could do both. Making almost 2 Bismarck-class battleships a year. More, actually, with both lines going on it. Very nice. Very nice indeed. So, let's get plane coverage on the northern front. Cool. A few more. Take the long-range guys up here. And some fighters, sure. Give me a nice, huge fighter bonus. And then another 100 CAS. Sweet. And of course, once we take more air bases, we can move more into place. Rampage ever more effectively through this here Soviet land. Hey, Estonia. Air innovations. You should be picking a side, my man. If the Soviets hadn't annexed the Baltic states, I bet they would have joined the Axis, like the Finns did in the Continuation War, in their own kind of continuation wars, but obviously of wars longer ago than the Winter War. Have you guys all seen E-Story, by the way? I plug I plug Adaway all the time, so I should plug some other good history channels, I guess. E-Story, as in East Story put together, is a excellent history channel that does some kind of play-by-plays of some lesser-known historical wars. So the which War for Independence was it? Was it the Estonian? Or it might have been the Latvian War for Independence that he focused on. I can't remember, but basically he covers most of the Baltic area. War for Independence from well, I guess the War for Independence was against the Soviet Union, but I think it was declared against Russia? Kind of? No, it was against the Soviet Union. Yeah, I think that's right. But yeah, it's a really interesting period that I knew very little about from my history, so it was very interesting to learn some stuff about that, so I'd recommend it to you. E-Story. I would link it in the description, but we all know I wouldn't remember. Someone else will, probably. We need some Marines to take Leningrad, please. It's not going to be a long siege, because it's not going to be a siege. They haven't got enough men to guard it. Marvellous. Okay. Allies, I'm tempted to just let you do Latvia. But I shouldn't. So, hey, Jaegers. You know what, Jaegers? Just get it done for me, please. I don't think we need to stress too much about that, since it's obviously an extremely easy front. Okay, this episode's slightly over time. I'm going to call it apart here with the very successful... Well, we should take Leningrad at least. I was going to call it apart a while ago, wasn't I, when we were about to capitulate Bulgaria, but I got distracted, as I am wont to do when not playing multiplayer. I get distracted very quickly. We can actually just take this from behind with the Mountaineers, so let's do that. And we should be able to wrap up here. Got any Jaegers? No Jaegers. That's fine. Oops, sorry. Attacking across this river. It's not a big deal. Okay, do we want to do the whole two-sided economics thing? Like, I really didn't think these were that good. 5% construction speeds, I mean, it's strong, but we're never going to do the second one. We have to do it if we want to ever get down here, which we can't do for another 2 years. The campaign will be over by the time it's 43. I'm fairly confident. Oh, this requires all of the following? Oh, okay. We'll start going down here then. More consumer goods factories, but more construction speed and stability. That's okay. That's not the worst modifier in the world. Okay, the Leopard has been invented. The something leopard. The self-propelled leopard, essentially. Cool. So our Panzer 40 can get some of them. Note that the organisation of this division is actually going to be substantially lower than that of the earlier divisions. It's actually 9 lower. Well, 8.6 lower-ish. Which is quite significant. I think I'll put some... I think I'm going to get some AA as well, just to fill the extra 1 combat width, more than anything else, really. Give me the prod cap, please. I don't know why I'm abbreviating stuff in this recording session so much. I never usually abbreviate production or... What was the other one I did? Was it factories? Very strange. So yeah, just ploughing through here. That's fine. Liberating Latvia. There goes Bulgaria, which should peace deal, because they are the only member of their faction. Yes, indeed. Thank you for all your land, Bulgaria. Your donation to the cause of anti-communism is deeply appreciated. Let's just garrison everything over here. The AI should spread out according to the relative the potential unrest in the provinces. You know what I mean. Resistance. Anyway, so that'll be fine. Are we getting some here? No. Good. And, moreover, here are some more. No? No more, because short on infantry equipment. Well, I did ramp up infantry equipment production, but let's do it even further. We're very short on infantry equipment. God, we actually have deficit on some of the men in the field. He's only at 92% strength. That is a shameful display, as the Shogun 2 announcer dude would say. Well, Soviets, they're only at 27% towards capitulation. I guess we haven't really taken many of their major cities. Well, no, it's not true. We took Kiev and Minsk. I hate to break it to you, Soviets. You're a lot closer than that towards capitulation. You're practically 50% of the way there, at least, in terms of amount of effort it's going to take to capitulate you versus amount of effort currently expended. So, there goes Leningrad, there goes Bulgaria, and there goes the episode. Thank you very much for watching. In the next one, we're going to crush east. We're going to ramp up the speed of our move east, because we're not going to bother with encirclements nearly as much. And we're going to take Moscow, we're going to take Stalingrad, and hopefully we're going to capitulate the Soviet Union. I'll see you then.